The Gitrog Monster Combo only requires you to have 3 specific things on the board. The first is the Gitrog Monster. This should be your commander, which means you should have access to it every game, unless your opponents ruthlessly remove it, which, yeah, it's gonna happen sometimes. The second is any instant speed, infinitely repeatable discard outlet. You should probably run a few of these in your deck. The last card you'll need is a card called Dalkmore Salvage, and it needs to be in your hand. What you do is you discard Dalkmore Salvage. Gitrog will see this and make you draw a card. Instead of drawing a card, use the Salvage's Dredge ability to return it to your hand and mill 2 cards. Now do this forever. Over and over, more cards milled and more lands being put into the graveyard. That causes you to stack up draw triggers. In your deck, you should have a card that will shuffle your graveyard back into your library. I use this Eldrazi. I don't even remember which one it is. It doesn't really matter. Make sure you do not resolve any of the draw triggers. You need to stack up as many draw triggers as you can. Once you have enough draw triggers on the stack, go ahead and draw your entire deck. But make sure you still have like an obscene number of draw triggers on the stack. Then what you do is play Dark Ritual. You add 3 black mana, Dark Ritual goes into the graveyard. Then you discard your Eldrazi that you drew. That shuffles your graveyard, which should just be the Eldrazi and the Dark Ritual back into your deck. Then resolve 2 draw triggers. Then play the Dark Ritual, then discard the Eldrazi. Keep doing that until you have an obscene amount of black mana. Now do the same thing with whatever spell you choose to kill your opponents. Ebony Charm deals 1 damage to target opponent, and you can cast it as many times as you need to wipe out the entire table. Oh, you've already seen that. There are a million YouTube videos out there explaining how to do the Gitrog Monster Combo. What can I do differently? Oh, I got it. You can actually do this combo sort of without the discard outlet if you manipulate the cleanup step at the end of your turn. The cleanup step is something that happens in every turn if the player has more cards in hand than their maximum hand size, which by default is 7. So if you have 8 cards in your hand, if you discard the Dalkmore Salvage, the Gitrog Monster will cause you to draw a card. You can dredge it back to your hand, and then you'll still have 8 cards in hand, which requires you to discard the Dalkmore Salvage again, and you can do that again and again and again and again until you find the other combo piece to actually go off and end the game. You could do the same thing if you just have the discard outlet and the Gitrog Monster. You're missing the Dalkmore Salvage, but instead you have a different card with Dredge. If it's in your graveyard and you draw a card, you can dredge it back. And if you mill a land card, then you can discard it in response and dredge it from the draw trigger. And if you mill another land card, you can do that again and again and again for as many draws as you have that turn, or until you mill Dalkmore Salvage, and then you can actually go off and win the game. Both of those are highly specific techs that will only work with this specific deck. Only with this specific deck. But maybe that's not even good enough for you anymore. You need more specific Gitrog tech. Well, here's a question I've heard people ask a lot. Why do Gitrog decks still play Necropotence? Well, first of all, Necropotence is just an amazing magic card. It essentially says pay 1 life, draw a card at the beginning of your next end step. But the downside to Necropotence seems detrimental to playing the Gitrog Monster deck, because it exiles cards after they hit the graveyard. But this is a triggered effect and not a replacement effect, which means that you have a chance to respond. So when Necropotence would exile something, respond to that by dredging and dredging and dredging and dredging and dredging and dredging and dredging, and then shuffle your graveyard back into your library. Now those cards are in your deck, not into your graveyard, and they can't be exiled by Necropotence. So, there you go. Another specific tech for the Gitrog Monster. Hey guys, it's me, the guy who's making this video. I thought to test my knowledge of the Gitrog Monster deck and just maybe get some cool things out there to you. I'm gonna do an interview. So yeah, Let's see if this guy can really stump me. How do you feel about the format's shift away from the Gitrog monster as a deck, and what will you do after it's no longer viable to play? The sad reality of competitive Magic is that you won't be able to play your favorite deck forever. Standard is probably the most egregious example of this. Every card in Standard has a built-in death date. Every set has a 2-year lifespan in Standard, which means every card only gets to exist in the format for 2 years. And the thing about it is that the small card pool leads to very specific decks being playable. A lot of cards that are played in Standard you won't see anywhere else. This is because of the very limited card pool that Standard perpetually exists in. Yes, sometimes your favorite deck might be able to jump ship over to Pioneer, a format that also has a smallish card pool, allowing a lot of lower power level decks to actually be competitively viable. But a lot of times, after a few years, the deck will just cease to exist. Just a memory of those who played it and played against it. And this is even worse if you're playing Standard in paper. Imagine spending hundreds of dollars to make your favorite Standard deck, and one ban makes the deck into a useless pile of cards. You can no longer play the deck, and all the money just disappears. And even if that doesn't happen, you know that in a few years, those cards will be worth a fraction of what you paid for them. Is it worth it to have fun for a little? Enjoy an experience that only comes literally once ever? Yeah, maybe you could get your friends together and play some old Standard decks, but you're never really gonna get to brew and play against this Standard ever again once it's rotated. Every year it's a different thing, and if you want to play it, you have to do it now. But after the time is up for a deck, after it's no longer playable, was it worth it? To learn the specific text for the deck. Learn the specific way to play this deck against other popular decks. All of that learning, all of that time and effort disappears with the deck. It crumbles with time. Was it worth it? I mean, that's a fair point. Like, my first idea would be like, oh, the Gitrog monster's not good in CEDH anymore. I could play him in casual, but it wouldn't be the same, you know? Like, I wouldn't be able to run the same deck with the same combo in it, or at least go as aggressively for it, or maybe even be able to play the combo at all. Most commander players get upset when you kill their commander once, or make their spells cost like one more. They're not gonna like it if you sit there and take a 20-minute turn. Magudog is a YouTuber and streamer famous for his sheer dedication to just stupid, difficult, and tedious challenge runs. He posts long videos on how he plays games not as they're intended, often banging his head against a wall just to do simple things in a stupid way. All of his stubbornness and dedication culminated into a singular video in a series that is all about killing a single enemy in a single DLC of Fallout 4. And this video is over an hour and a half long. A decent bit through the video, he mentions something he calls useless tech.
Works. This sadly doesn't apply to any other enemy, so brace yourself for some useless tech.
Tech for this specific enemy in this specific game only when being approached in a very specific way. It's useless because it is so hyper-specific that there is no conceivable way of it being useful to you. And sometimes I fear that the things I learn are turning into their own form of useless tech.
No, no. Okay, okay. You're not getting it. It's going to be different. It's not going to be the same. It's gonna be something else. There's just always more things being printed. There's always more stuff being added to the game, and it just changes what I want to do. I mean, why don't I just go back and play pre-modern so stuff doesn't change? But then I'd have to go and start playing that, and I don't even have any of those things. I mean, just think about it. Like, anything you want, anything you like to do with Magic, it could just go away. It could just stop being a thing that you could do anymore because they printed a better version of it. And why would you even go and do that other thing? The line in the Gitrog monster, the land line, when stuff hits the graveyard, you draw a card. If they put that on any other card, like, is Gitrog just not going to be playable anymore? Is it going to be like 3 colors? It's just like, oh, it's just strictly better. Is it like on an artifact so you don't even have to play him as your commander? Or maybe makes the deck better, but it probably won't. As time moves forward, it's not like there's more stuff that's going to be added. Like, are they going to make another land with dredge? Wow, that would be great. Like, why would they ever do that? It's not going to get better. It's just going to get worse. Or maybe it will get better, but I don't know.
Like, guys, come on. Just don't even run the Gitrog. Don't even run the combo anymore. We got the Chain of Smog. We got Chain of Smog. We got Witherbloom. Guy. And then what you do is, if you target yourself, you could discard 2 and you just copy it for free. You don't even need cards to discard, and every time you copy it, you deal damage to your opponent. It's only 2 cards, and you don't even need to really understand how things work. You can just kind of read the cards and like understand it. Why just run the combo in there? It's like, why do we? Why do we even bother?
It's not just about the magic cards. It's not.
We had a small pocket of space where we could do whatever. We had so much fun. Why does everything have to change all the time? Why can't it just stay exactly where I want it?
You know what? I think I'll win next time. I'm gonna save 1,000.
No. I didgery won't.
Ready?
Yeah. I didgery won't. I didgery won't.
I just want to thank everybody in here tonight. To see it's a packed crowd and there's a lot of people here.
And then slow down the audio one time at the end so it catches back up in time for the outro. What the hell?
And Then also, thank you guys.
How am I supposed to get this out of my bag?
Sometimes I do like just doing the same thing over and over and over again. There's some safety in it, right? Like, even if there is something that might be a little better, might be more fun to experience something new, you know what you're getting into. You know what's gonna happen, and there's a baseline. There is safety in it. But certainty really doesn't exist. It's kind of just a lie you tell yourself to make you feel a little better. I think it's sometimes hard to accept that things are going to change. You just want things to stay still all the time. Because again, there's safety in that. There's safety in things staying the same. If things stay the same, they're not gonna get worse. But also, they're not gonna get better. But despite if it's a good idea or not, it's not true. Things are always changing. I feel as though I know it's true, yet I don't believe it. I haven't accepted it. I know it's true. I know that nothing stays the same. I know that nothing really matters. It's something I must accept to exist in a way, but I feel like I haven't. Do what you can with the time you have. And to tie this back into the whole Magic the Gathering themed video that this is, play the decks that you want to play while they still exist. Yeah, you can technically build an old standard deck in Pioneer or Legacy, but it's not going to be good. Or maybe it is. I don't know. I'm not a pro player or anything, but hey, maybe your deck will stick around because it gets powerful enough to be a contender, but not even Pioneer decks stick around. Think about Boomer Jund. That was a deck that was around for so long, and people invested a lot of money into pieces of cardboard so that they'd be able to play it. And now, like, none of the cards see play? Maybe in even longer, the cards that will be old then that I started playing with now will be in a format just so you can play those specific cards. Or maybe no one will be playing Magic then.